I want to take a little bit of a trip down memory lane with you for this video, and it's a bad memory because it's the day that Xbox almost died. Okay, so yeah, May 21st, 2013. That was the day the Xbox One was revealed. And believe it or not, that was the day the Xbox One almost died. It was revealed by Don Matrick and a group of, other employees at Microsoft at the time. It was the renowned conference where they revealed the box. They talked about TV a lot. You might remember some TV montages.
TV, television, TV.
TV and movies? TV. 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 TV.
It ended up being $100 more expensive, and that reveal did not focus enough on games. So what went wrong during this reveal? So the Xbox One was revealed, and it was a dud for a few reasons. First, it had an insane "you must always be online" rule that everyone hated. What didn't do them any favors was when Don Matrick was pressed about this, he said, "Get a 360. If you have a problem with it," basically. The exact quote was, "Fortunately, we have a product for people who aren't able to get some form of connectivity. It's called an Xbox 360. And you just read that quote, and it is just such bad PR for them. As you may know already, Don Matrick did not stay at Xbox for very long, but we'll get into that a moment. I kind of want to take a look back at just how bad the state of Xbox was after this reveal. So the dumb always online thing, and there was a dumb sharing policy also. What was the dumb sharing policy? So you would be able to borrow games to people who were on your friends list for 30 days. You can only do it once. You can gift games, but you can't borrow them. You could only have 10 family members on your console, which was also dumb. And this was just insane. They later reverted it, but not before Sony released this commercial showing how their sharing functionality works.
This is how you share your games on PS4.
Thanks.
PlayStation.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. So eventually the Xbox team would eat crow on that and on the borrowing policy, and they would just revert it completely and change what they said. But there was more going on. Like, this was just a very, very dark time in Xbox history. So there was the fact that many believed the Kinect spied on you. Microsoft denied these claims, but according to Slate, Microsoft had filed a patent that suggests it is interested in counting the people in the room to charge each of them for pay-per-user content. Wow, that sounds great, doesn't it? Why would you ever want to connect? Why would you let that in your living room? Or the fact that, like I said, it was $100 more expensive. It was not great. The Xbox One, I'll give it this. It had a really good lineup. Rise, Son of Rome, pretty good game. It had a new Forza. It had Call of Duty Ghosts. Okay, all the games weren't great.
Our new dog model is taken from high-resolution scans of an actual SEAL Team service dog.
But anyway, the point is, they were still the market leader. Call of Duty had exclusive content. People were still excited about Xbox. A lot was going on behind the scenes. And basically everybody, not only in the E3 reveal, but also in the original reveal, left Xbox entirely or were transferred to different departments. Don Matrick famously left Xbox on July 2nd, 2013, 2 months after the reveal. The console had not even shipped yet. He went to Zynga from 2013 to 2015, according to his LinkedIn, and he is self-employed today. He made a lot of money by going to Zynga, and Don Matrick is filthy rich, so he's just fine. Yusuf Mehdi, a beloved person at the Xbox branch, he changed positions in 2015 and moved to the Windows and Devices group. Nancy Tellem left Xbox, went to MGM, now at Eco, and she was running Xbox Entertainment Studios, which closed in 2014. Mark Whitten, also remembered fondly by people, he left Xbox in 2014. He jumped to Sonos, Amazon, and he is currently at Unity doing well for himself. Phil Harrison left Xbox the following year in 2014 also. He went to Google to run the Stadia team, and he's a vice president at Google, so he's doing it. He's also very nice. Current employees on Don Matrick. Seamus Blackley had an interesting tweet about Don Matrick, and it's just sort of interesting that Don Matrick was running the Xbox division. So Seamus said, I've never talked about this before. This was on March 3rd, 2019, but the irony of Don Matrick as Xbox chief was huge for me. When I first came to EA Canada to present the idea of a Microsoft console, he nearly blocked me from addressing the company because he didn't believe it was possible. It was tense. Seamus, I am very sorry that I said your name wrong, but I'm also very sorry that you had to deal with that. Phil Spencer later had an interview with Shack News where he revealed that there was a point that Microsoft just said, let's just abandon Xbox. It's done. It's over. And now I kind of want to talk about why people like Phil Spencer so much. So he told Shack News that they confirmed they almost abandoned the brand after the launch of the Xbox One. As you can tell, it's a disaster. All the senior management people are leaving. The reveal, just nobody likes it. Even after the console came out, it was a challenge. Games were running at sub 1080. Like I remember Thief was running at less than 1080. They weren't running well. The PS4 just was knocking it out of the park. So at the time, Mark Whitten led a branch, Phil led a branch of Xbox, and one branch was just totally separate. And how did they turn it around? So you look at today, we have the Xbox Series X, the Xbox Series S, and Xbox is back to competing with Sony. And it's really interesting. And I know I've been releasing a lot of Xbox videos. It's just been really, really fresh on my mind. And I'm really happy to see this turnaround. There was a world where we almost did not have Xbox anymore. And here's what happened. Here, Phil is the reason Xbox still exists. Satya Nadella and Phil basically had a conversation. Those two, and I would argue Bonnie Ross, are the reason Xbox still exists today. So Satya and Phil had a conversation, and it was about continuing the Xbox brand instead of giving it the X. In that interview with Shack News, Phil told Satya Nadella, you know, gaming can be a real important consumer category for the company. Phil also said, the thing I need, if I'm going to step into the role to head this group, is I need to bring it back together. I can't have my hardware team over there and the platform team over there and first party over there. I need to bring it back as a cohesive team. And Nadella took a chance on Phil Spencer. And the rest is kind of history. Two people from that presentation stayed, Phil Spencer and Bonnie Ross. Bonnie Ross is still there. Phil Spencer is still there, and they are rocking it. Bonnie Ross, as you know, she is a VP at Microsoft, and she is the head at 343. She fixed the Halo Master Chief Collection, and 343 is just doing great things right now, like making the decision to delay Halo Infinite. That was the right move. Putting previous Halo people on that project. That's the right move. Great. She's setting up that franchise for success, and she is obviously helping the Xbox branch. She is a major player on that team. Phil introduced a new console, the Xbox One X, a mid-generation upgrade from the Xbox One. We got Game Pass in 2017. Studio investment continued from 2013 until now. That was a major thing that Phil had already established. He was already building Xbox Game Studios, and now we have the initiative. And, you know, with the Bethesda purchase recently, it was really, really interesting. And there's two quotes that I want to sort of leave on. And basically, that's the long and the short of the day that the Xbox almost died. Phil said the following during the Shack News interview. I'm not really doing it for the next dollar. I don't want another job. I don't want to be CEO of Microsoft. This is the job I want, and the team and our players are the things that really drive me. That was true at that point as well when he was talking to Satya Nadella about continuing at Xbox. So Phil is being very honest here. He's talking about when he had a fork in the road in his life, and he's like, you know, I can go do something else, but I love gaming, and I'm going to give this a shot. He didn't give up on Xbox fans, and that's why Xbox fans love him. His final quote was the following: "If we really say, let's make as many decisions as we can from the perspective of what we think our players want, that's our guide." And that has been his guide through and through since he began working on the Xbox team. I'm really hopeful for the future of the Xbox brand. I'm really, really glad that they're competing with Sony. And I realize I've been making a lot of pro Xbox videos on this channel. I'm going to try and balance that out and do a few more videos like this about the Sony brand. I am an Xbox fan. I'm not going to deny it. Let's go, right? The PS5's right there though. However, it's just a really, really interesting time, and I'm rooting for the underdog. I want the underdog to come back, be on the same playing field as Sony, and I truly believe that we all win if that's the case. Hey, if you're watching, thank you so much. If you're leaving comments, thank you so much. If you've subscribed over the last few days, also, thank you. It's amazing watching the channel grow. If you would consider subscribing again, thank you so much. Just, click that button and hit that bell to know when I post a new video. That's just it. I was sort of taking a trip down memory lane. I was looking just back at how bad it got. It was really, really bad for Xbox for a long time. And it's just great to see the brand sort of come back swinging. I saw the writing on the wall a year or two ago. I knew Xbox was working towards this, and I think the future is really, really bright for that brand. I can't wait to see what they bring. I can't wait to see what Sony brings. It is going to be a great next few years for gaming. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm Destin, signing off. I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.